You are now listening to the Neon Sage Podcast, highest rated podcast in the world.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Neon Sage Podcast.
4. Damn. Time
Episode
just goes,
4.
It just goes by fast, doesn't it?
Damn, time be flying.
4.
Okay, let's start this over.
It's funny. I saw a lot of you guys. You said there wouldn't be a 4th episode. Well, here it is.
Yeah, anyone who was making bets, anyone who was gambling that we weren't going to make it past episode 3, yeah, it's episode 4. Welcome to episode 4, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us and the love and the comments and the likes and the dislikes and the death threats and everything that we've gotten so far.
Yes. That's the one thing they don't tell you about. The amount of death threats you get when you start a podcast.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like 1 in every 20 views is a death threat.
Dude, it's so weird. I go to because on Instagram, like you have that one inbox where it says like request. So you have to like go look at it. It's just filled with death threats. So like, what the fuck is that?
Well, it's funny.
Bro?
Someone pulled a butterfly effect and put fucking dynamite in my mailbox after the 2nd episode.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, dude.
We wanted to keep it on the low for a little bit, but the guy's
real.
in jail now. It's fine. So it's like, it is what it is.
So we're safe now, which is good.
Exactly. Yeah, we're good to go now. It's kind of freaky, but it comes with the territory with starting.
So,
a podcast.
dude, we have a lot to chat about. I mean, if you listened to our last episode, you know that we recorded just before we were getting ready to take off for Anime Expo.
Correct. That's
the biggest,
exactly right.
Sexiest, most hygienic event nationwide, really. I would say.
And come to find out from the people that we met there, that's the biggest anime convention in North America.
Yeah.
So that's it. There's ones around that size, but it does not get bigger than Anime Expo.
I mean, so for those of you that, just to kind of give you an understanding of the scale, it's at Staples Center or Crypto.com. Nobody calls it that. It's at Staples Center. And it was... No, it's not at Crypto.com. It's at the LA Convention Center.
But if you know LA, you understand it's all just kind of connected.
Yeah. The Novo, LA Live, everything right there. It was full. It was like completely full. Like the LA Convention Center was shoulder to shoulder, every room, every hallway, the parking garage, like nuts, like insane.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I would say this. Jesus Christ, that was a long lag.
We'll cut that out.
I would say this. That was the longest line. I think physical distance. I think was the longest line I ever stood in. It moved fast relative to the wait, right? Like I've been in longer lines at Disneyland probably, like over 2 hours waiting for a ride back in the day, when like Fast Pass wasn't a thing yet or whatever. But sheer physical length. I've never been in a line that long. And what the most irritating thing was that when me and Preston pulled up, there was like no end to the line. There was no seeming like we actually just had to cut and like get into the line eventually.
Yeah. We saw what we thought were 3 different lines, but it was actually the same line that was so long it had gone around the same area. After 30 minutes of figuring out how to get into line, we just like told a couple people, hey, we're so sorry, we just like have to cut. Like we're gonna run out of water and die here if we don't cut. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and luckily the people that we cut into ended up being these 2 polite Canadian boys that
super nice Canadians.
Yeah, they flew out from Ottawa, Canada, to California for the first time in their entire life to go to Anime Expo and check out LA. So it was like ended up actually working out. They were pleasant people to chat with. Which isn't even
the craziest part. The craziest part was that one of the younger guys that we met was like 21 or 22, and he was just straight up bus passing it all over LA for his first time ever in the US, like just straight from Canada. He just flew into LA for Anime Expo, and he said, I'll just take the bus everywhere. Like I'm cool.
Yeah, I when they were telling me that, my brain had a hard time accepting what they were saying in the beginning. I'm like, okay, wait, you took the bus? You rode the bus from LAX to downtown LA? Yeah. For those people who aren't familiar, that's like quite a long bus ride through a very interesting part of Los Angeles.
Yeah. It essentially, like, between LAX and downtown, like the convention center, is like essentially it's like a no-fly zone. Like there's really nothing there that you want to be a part of.
No, me and Preston drove through it when he picked me up from LAX, and it's not like a visibly like, oh my gosh, it's more
it's not
so
Tijuana, but
no. But you're just like, oh shit, okay, yeah. You look around, the people on the street, the energy, you're like, oh yeah, shit is not sweet out here. It's not.
Yeah, it's not Tijuana, but it's a close second, I will tell you.
Yeah, it's an interesting energy in that area, without a doubt. So when we got to Anime Expo and we finally got inside, I personally was a little bit blown away. And honestly, the line and all the energy outside kind of alluded to how busy the inside of the convention center was going to be. But just the amount of people, and if you've ever been to the Los Angeles Convention Center, you know that place is so big. It's just so big. And the fact that that thing was filled with people basically to like the max-ish, like before like the fire department literally would have to step in because, you know, God forbid something bad happens. It was just like, as a human, like I feel like I just don't find myself in many situations unless I'm at Coachella or just something like similarly insane where you're just around that many people at once. And then let alone they're all there for one reason. They're there for anime. Everyone's into anime. It's like, it's a crazy. It was like truly a visual spectacle for a little bit.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts because I know for me, I get like a little hipstery, a little gatekeepy when I think like, damn, when I was a kid, dude, people used to make fun of me for watching anime, and now it's like, dude, there was more people there than the LA Auto Show. There was more people there than essentially any Lakers game, you know?
Yeah, no, really though. And it's interesting because I feel like the majority of anime fans that I saw, if I had to guess, they had to be between like 18 and like 25. Like they were like Gen Z, right?
I would say a majority, yeah, but there was
definitely like, older people though too. There. It's all ages. It's all ages.
There was definitely a lot more than you would think. Like
full grown adults,
late 30s, like full grown adults. Like I think I'm a full grown adult, but like we're talking about like grown ass adults.
Yeah. Like me and you were not even in our 30s yet. People that are like well into flirting with 40, 45.
Which I'm not hating on. Just there was more than I expected, for sure.
No, for sure. And so I really think the explosion of anime is completely it coincides with TikTok.
For sure.
I feel like there's this generation of people that started using TikTok during the pandemic and also got into anime during the pandemic. Because I know I actually started watching anime aggressively during the pandemic. A lot of people, this girl that I met who has hundreds of thousands of followers, she started getting into anime during the pandemic. Sorry, it's crazy. And so I think I would love to see, like, I wish we could be more behind the scenes. I wish we were Crunchyroll. I wish we were like one of these like sites, and we could see the exponential growth that occurred from 2020 to 2023, because I just think anime is like at a different level of popularity now as a whole, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I think TikTok did that for like a lot of industries, a lot of hobbies. I can tell you, especially like with cars, like just certain cars, like dude, E30 BMWs, right? There's like a million of them out there, and they were like $1,500 cars for the longest, right? Obviously, the pandemic has changed a lot of used cars, but these were not like highly collectible. Yeah, nice ones, could go for $8 to $10,000, but like that was the best one you were going to find. And now you have like an army, a legion of like 18-year-old kids that are just buying all these beater cars and like have no regard for the price. And now like the values are just ridiculous on anything that's like remotely collectible or remotely rare. TikTok has completely ruined it, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's like it increased everything's fandom. Like it just
exactly. I think it just speaks to how gnarly and how good the algorithm is and how targeted it is. That if you have a slight interest in something, dude, like I'm afraid to like certain things or afraid to comment on certain videos because I don't
took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I don't want my whole feed being this one thing.
Dude, for real, like. That is the truth. All of us have experienced it, especially with TikTok. That thing is crazy. You watch one genre of video one too many times in a row, you engage with it one too many times in a row, it's going to show you the next 5 videos of just that.
Yeah. It's funny too cuz like when you see any 40-plus-year-old dude scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, it's just ass shaking. It's just like just from all directions.
And in the beginning, I'm not going to lie, I fell victim to that, like the thirst traps. But you know what? Like, it's like, I purposely don't engage with it because it just like, it feels like it's sending you down a dark path. It's like, how many horny ass videos can you watch before you have to go do something about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
just
ridiculous.
the loading screen. That's all it is. It's funny you see the comment all the time. It's just the loading screen. Like,
Yeah.
If your algorithm is like all chicks, like if your explore page is all chicks, all you're doing is you're just sitting in the lobby all day ready to just, take yourself to, Ruth Chris. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude. It's way
It's
too
just
fucking
dangerous.
much. Way too dangerous. Going back to Anime Expo, I will say this. I've been to several conventions for anime, way smaller scale. And I will say it was really cool being able to see some of these like big companies come and set up these exhibits that you're only going to see at a place like Anime Expo.
Oh, for sure.
Like that giant nine-tailed fox, Kurama from Naruto, right when you walked into the exhibit hall. Like all that shit. Like it's a spectacle from start to end. Like it really, really is. Now, really unorganized.
Super unorganized.
Yeah, not good. And borderline too many people, especially on that first day. If you ever go and you actually want to enjoy yourself, I really would suggest not going the first day.
Yeah. I would say the same. It's so funny too because you can tell the security just did not give a shit. Like, no, security did not care.
No,
they were like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was over capacity. Like, there was nothing safe about that at all.
Yeah, because I mean, if, let's say, imagine at the peak of it when it was as busy as possible, like the middle of the day on the first day, if there would have been some kind of like fire that caused a stampede in those doorways to the exhibit hall, because like you could only fit through those doors, like, dude, that place would have been, because it went from doorways to stairs as well, that place would have been Astroworld, like it would have not been good.
It's funny. I was going to say, if you've ever been to like any festival or any huge concert like Coachella, Lollapalooza, or even like, Block Party, it was like that, bro. Like, it wasn't front of the stage packed, but it was like further back crowd packed, bro.
Yes. And I would say like that, remember the Artist Alley? So there was a separate hall in where all the artists were at. And for some reason, the foot traffic in there was terrible. Like, if you even wanted to buy art and, like, really look at it and enjoy it, like, you're, like, squeezing by people, looking around. Like, it was just, like, so uncomfortable. It was so ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Well, dude, I've been trying to buy that shirt for 4 days since we got back because they didn't have my size. So I'm going to clip this and I'm going to send it to the guy so I can buy the shirt. But, dude, I've been on absolute go because we got back Monday. You left Tuesday, then our last episode dropped. Literally Friday, I took off to Vegas for my cousin's birthday, which was just a level of degeneracy that I just don't partake in that much anymore. Like, not the gambling. I went to Vegas 4 times last year. Like, I'm definitely down to risk it for the biscuit. But I just don't really drink like that anymore. And I got so plastered the first day we were there that
during the day or at night?
At night, because we left super late, so we didn't pull until 8 or 9 o'clock, and I got so trashed, dude, that we went to bed at like 6 a.m. I don't even remember what time I went to bed. I was told 5:30, 6 o'clock, right by the time everything settled down. I woke up at like 11, just still super drunk. I went downstairs. I paid $70 to get into the buffet because I thought I was going to eat. Like, I needed to kick this hangover before it like started. I took 3 bites of an omelet and I was like, oh, I'm going to blow chunks everywhere. I went back up to the room. I fell asleep till like 3:30. I slept till 3:30. Like, everyone else was out, like, gambling. Like, I think they went to the pool. I slept till 3:30. Woke up like one of the most violent hangovers I've ever had.
I'm so sorry, bro. I know how bad that feels.
Dude, the thing is, so do I, and I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, but I just don't drink like that anymore, Like, I just don't.
And our livers are just not what they were when we were 20.
Dude, see, that's the thing is, so we went for my youngest cousin. He just turned 21. And so it was, like 3 29, 30, and 32-year-olds, and then 7 of his friends, right? They all just turned 21 this year. So I'm like this old dude, and I'm like, dude, you guys don't understand. Like, I used to not get hungover either. And they're like, dude, look at this guy. He's hungover after one night. And I was like, dude, you don't understand. Like, After 26, I would say.
Yeah.
You just hit a brick wall. Like before
Yeah.
26, I could drink 4 days in a row. I could do whatever, drink all night, like whatever. This was probably the best part. I threw up, and we went to Encore. Went to the beach club.
That's where Lindsay works.
Oh, no shit.
Did you see her there? No, you didn't.
I didn't see anything except I threw up all in the bushes everywhere in the club. No one noticed, so I was like, cool. I rallied. Then I played blackjack for like 2 hours. I won a bunch of money. Then I remember getting in an Uber. Then I woke up going to the buffet.
Oh my God. Bro.
Which, like, you know me, bro. Like, I don't black out. That's not my thing. But
yeah, no, it's not.
I guess when you're only 21 once, you know what I mean?
Damn. So let me ask you this, because the last time I was violently hungover, it was like about a year or two ago, and it was so bad that I remember thinking to myself, I can never let this happen again as an adult.
Yeah.
It's just I can't let this happen again. So since then, I'm like super conscientious of when I drink. Like I still might get a little hungover, but I won't allow myself for something like that to happen. So what was the concoction of drinks that you drank that ended up you fucking wanting to put a hole in your head because it was probably pounding so hard?
Dude, so to answer your first question, yeah. I mean, I remember going back up to the room and I was like, dude, I don't know what is going on. Like, I'm going to be sick for the next 2 weeks. Like,
Isn't it amazing how bad it feels? Like, it's like amazing how bad it is.
It's so not worth it. Let me tell you that.
No, it's not. It's 100% not.
So, I mean, I hate like recalling how much I drank, but like,
yeah. But I want to know what did it to you.
I mean, we got to Vegas pretty late just because we had some stuff. We ended up driving. We got a big Sprinter van. We got to Vegas pretty late. So we took like 5 or 6 shots in the hotel, empty stomach, like didn't
So you
dinner.
took 5 shots?
At least. I'm pretty sure it was 6, but I took 5 full shots.
You're done.
Well, so hold on.
You're
bro.
already done. Like, you're done, bro. You're done.
So then
Damn.
we went.
So you fucked yourself quick. Oh my God,
so fast, bro. Like, but the thing is, it didn't hit me like that. So
of course not. Yeah.
then we go downstairs. We grab a bite to eat. We ate something super quick, and then we had a drink. I had a drink, and then when we got to Encore, we got there at like, I don't know, maybe midnight, maybe 12:30, and the only drinks they were serving was like these big plastic cups that were like just the bartender would just pour. So I drank 2 of those. And then I had like a double shot of tequila. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe like if you were to actually count out the servings, like, 1.5 ounce servings, probably like 14, 15 shots worth of.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You had that. You had that coming. There was nothing you could
But the last 5 times I've been to Vegas, I've left like just horrendously down, like losing so much money. I actually won. I woke up with like a bunch of chips in my pocket. I woke up with a bunch of money that I had won that night. So, like, maybe that's the trick.
Yeah. You just, that Preston just knows what he's doing on the tables.
Yeah. So that was cool. My trip was paid for,
Yeah.
Like, it was a free trip to Vegas, which was nice. But
how was it really hot in Vegas, like AZ?
oh, dude, 103, 104. I was only outside for, like, a combined total of 30 minutes, walking between the casinos. But, dude, I saw Guy Fieri. I saw the King of Flavortown.
Like in passing? Or in concert?
No, just in passing. As we were walking out of the hotel, he was walking in. Saw Theo Vaughn in passing. Didn't go to his show.
Yeah, because you were there the weekend of the UFC card.
Correct.
International Fight Week. And the NBA Summer League.
And WSOP. Saw Theo Vaughn. Wouldn't let me take a picture. 0 for 2. But I saw Jorge Masvidal.
Yes.
Got a picture with him. And he was super cool. And he was playing at the tables at Encore, and he was like so nice, like huge smile on his face. Like we walk. I don't watch UFC a ton, right? But a couple of the guys I were with are huge UFC fans, and they were like absolutely geeking. And I was like, just go get a picture, dude. Like it's not a big deal. So I walked up to him, and he's playing blackjack. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry to bother you. Can we get a quick photo? He's like, yeah, dude, of course. Big smile on his face. His security guard says, just one. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I hand him my phone. As I hand the security guard my phone, his boy at the table grabs him. He's like, oh my God, look. Like they must have been like, hitting it big or a, sketchy hand or something. So they're like playing there. And we're like, now the security guard has my phone in his hand. We're just kind of like standing there waiting. Yeah. And he's like with his boy, he's like, oh, like winning. And then he like resumes, like didn't forget we were there. He's like, oh, dude, so sorry, thank you. Took a photo with us, and then that was it. Like, he just went on about his night. Like, super cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes me happy to hear because I saw him fight in person in Jacksonville when he got knocked the fuck out. And we had front row seats. And after he lost, we were like, as he was walking back into the tunnel, we were like yelling at him like, yo, keep your head up, Jorge, like just saying positive stuff. And like he came up to me and my boy Bryce and like dapped us up. He's like, yo, I'm so sorry for that loss, bro. Like he was like he would like look me in my eyes and told me he was sorry. And like when he did that, and I've listened to him on Joe Rogan, a lot of other podcasts, and you hear him talk, it's like I understand, bro. Like that guy is different. Like he really grew up in the hood of Miami as a Cuban immigrant, and like he's a fucking mixed martial artist. He could kill anyone around him at any time.
I mean, I didn't have a lengthy conversation with him, but he was.
But it was the energy you felt though. You were like, oh
100%.
shit, this guy's he's chill.
Super cool. He was in a Gucci sweatsuit, Gucci tracksuit. Like he was killing it.
That's cool. That makes me happy that whole thing went well. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's been my last like 10 days. I mean, you left Tuesday and I left Friday. So essentially I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night in my own bed. And other than that, I've just been like.
What was your energetic gas tank like going into Vegas?
Like preparing and knowing I had to go was a 0. But knowing I was going there for like one of my favorite people's birthdays, I had to put it up a notch because like even after that first night, so we went and saw Diplo on Saturday at Excess, whatever club is in the wind.
Where did y'all stay at?
Caesar's Palace.
Nice. That's the only place I've ever stayed at when I've gone.
Oh, really?
For some reason, yeah.
It's cool. So we went and saw Diplo Saturday, and I will not name names, but the other two guys that are my age, or were my age, were just, the gas tank was on empty. So I kind of had to rally to, like, show these youngsters, like, dude, I'm only 29. Like, I'm not 60. Cut me some slack here. So my energy going into the trip was definitely low, but then I just had to put the pedal to the metal and just
you just had
seize
to
the moment.
Dig deep into your bag and look for that strength. Yeah.
But I'm paying for it still. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like I'm still like 85% for sure. I wasn't like eating right all day Sunday or Monday or Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. So
yeah, bro, I fucking bet, dude. I when I saw that you were in Vegas and I know how I felt after coming back from Anime Expo, I was like, holy shit, bro.
Well, dude, the thing is, too, is like I wanted to play pickleball so bad because I hadn't played in 5 days. So we played Monday. Mm-hmm. And then I played Tuesday.
You played Tuesday morning.
I played Tuesday morning. Then I played Thursday, Wednesday, whatever. I got in like 4 hours one of the days of the week because I just like I haven't played since. Like I knew I was going to go 5 days without it. So I just had to let it go. I had to let it rip. So I'm paying for it now. But enough about Vegas. Enough about us. I think it's time we introduce our new segment.
I think it's absolutely time. Do you want to do the honors or should I?
Let's go, baby. So we have gotten like just so much feedback, such amazing questions, so many comments. We thought, well, why not answer it live? Why not give you our opinion unsolicited live here on the show? So our new segment, the Sage Cage.
That's
unsolicited,
exactly right.
Knee-jerk, probably not going to stick to it or claim any responsibility for this advice whatsoever. But that's where we are today.
Exactly. The Sage Cage. That's what it is. A cage of wisdom, a cage of introspection, a cage of truth. We go into it and we just tell you how we really feel. That's how it's going to go. Today, we're going to react to some real life stories that are happening around the world, and we're going to give our fucking advice. But if you ever want to come into the Sage Cage, you can do so anonymously, or you can do it by showing your face if you even want to.
Yes.
And we'll just be here to give you our unsolicited advice while we're in the Sage Cage. I'm not going to be the same person in the cage that I am out of the cage,
Correct.
though. So, it is what it is.
Correct. Inside the cage, you cannot hold it against us. We are uncancelable in the cage, unfortunately. This is like diplomatic immunity. If
Exactly.
you want to be a part of the cage, DM us on anything. We'll have all our contact info linked. We'll post on our story so you can respond anonymously We totally respect that and understand that. If you want to come on the show, if you think you have something interesting or you have a unique situation and you don't mind, us being a little brash, let's let it rip. So our first one, which I'm going to read for you because I would love to hear your thoughts on this first because it's just amazing.
Okay. All right, we're entering the sage cage. Cue the sound.
Yeah. Inserting the sound right now.
Yes. Yeah, it's happening right now.
You are now entering the Sage Cage.
Okay. My wife says I'm too sensitive about her lovers. My wife and I have been together more than 20 years. Our relationship grew stale over time, and a couple years ago, she decided to leave me. However, over the last few years, even though she has had several lovers, we started to get close again. The problem is, I really love her and want her back as my girlfriend, but she sees us as a casual relationship, which leaves me feeling hurt. For example, she doesn't see a problem with having a long conversation with another lover while she's at my house. When she realizes that I'm hurt, she gets exasperated and says she feels like she has to walk on eggshells around me. Is it me? Is there a path forward? What should I do?
This is unreal, if we're being honest, starting off.
Insane.
Unreal.
So many questions.
So many questions, so many red flags of how you fucking even get into this situation to this point. It's like ridiculous. The first thing of advice I'm going to give this person, this is what you do. You go to Google and you type in local blood work. Like just type in places to get your blood work done. And I want you to go look at your testosterone levels. They're probably below the median. Because the shit you're dealing with right now, somebody with normal levels of testosterone, they're not putting themselves in this situation. They have too much male bravado rushing through their brains to even entertain someone while they're at your house, would be on the phone having in-depth conversations with one of their other lovers, bro. She does not respect you, my guy.
Unfortunately not. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the crazy thing. They were together for over 20 years, which means even if they got married at 18, this guy's at least 40-something, right? Like
they have a legit, probably friendship, companionship that they've built.
Or like a dependency. I mean...
Thank you for saying that. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
This is not a friendship. I mean...
No.
I mean, I would listen to you talk to your lover in the other room and I wouldn't trip, but like this dude who's like trying to get with this girl is like just see, my thing is like, do they live together? Like the way he says it when she's over at his house, like, bro, kick her ass out. Like, what did you invite her over for? Then?
Yeah.
She's just going to talk to other dudes?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he's probably been dealing with all kinds of bullshit. And I bet this too. I bet you if we talk to her, he's a clown as well. Like I guarantee you there's like clown town on both sides. They're both guilty of it. And they just keep on, coexisting in this probably toxic, dependent-based relationship just because they don't want to be alone. And which I get because, I've thought about it a lot. And loneliness might be the worst thing that can happen to somebody. Like true loneliness.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything worse.
Right? It's like, so I get it. But at the same time, though, like, the fact that you could type that out and not, like, look at yourself in the mirror.
Crazy.
Bro. So, what's your resounding advice on this person?
If I had to give this guy advice, and I'm assuming he's, right, 20 to 30 years my senior, right, I would say, dude, I get it. I totally get it. Like, at one point, this girl was the absolute love of your life. The person that you fell in love with 20 years ago, she's not there, player. She just don't exist anymore. Because if she did, she wouldn't be having hot phone sex while you're there, unfortunately. Like, let's just think about this logically. She doesn't exist. So it's actually better for you to cut this off and mourn the loss of her as if she had passed than to try to have a relationship with this person. Now, you've been around the earth 2 to 3 to 4 decades longer than I have. Feel free to do whatever it is you want. But, I mean, I've been happily married 3 years now. As far as I know, my wife's not having, conversations with any lovers while I'm around. So,
yes.
I think my advice is decent.
Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely. What I would say to this person, honestly, if you're out there and this somehow finds you, I doubt it will, but if it somehow did, I would say this. The fact that you're in this relationship and at this stage of life, if I'm being honest, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's a great point. You have way more important things you should be doing. Unless you have like $1 trillion in the bank and you don't have to worry about like retirement or like working or hobbies or anything. Like if everything else in your life is like totally set, then, you know, fuck me. But bro, come on. You got more important shit to do here.
Yeah, this guy, there's a couple ways to look at it. One, if the fact that he's dealing with this makes me think that he's not somebody that could probably obtain a new lover at this stage of life, maybe. That he's this intimate with. So maybe just accept that it's never going to be what you want it to be, but maybe accept her and not be alone, or let her go completely and be alone, and that sucks too. So you know what I mean? Like it sounds like this is what it is in life. You are what you practice. So if you were a part of a plus 20-year toxic, dependent clown town relationship, most likely you've practiced that. So it's going to be really hard to get that out of you, my friend.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
so I wish you the best, but you're probably fucked.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, he was very, I mean, he wrote this. These are his words, right?
Yeah.
He said that she decided to leave him. So, I mean, maybe she's being nice. Maybe she's like, hey, I got some phone calls to make. I got a virtual dick appointment. You want me to do it at your house?
Yeah, maybe. You know, and I would love to. I wish I could get more context on, you know,
That's the best.
on the whole situation. But yeah, so I salute to you, my friend. Life's hard, you know, it's not easy, but yeah, you're fucked, I think.
Yeah. So let us know if you think that this gentleman survived the sage cage, because do you think he's better off? Do you think he's worse off? Should he heed our advice or not? Make sure you let us know. We'll run.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay. I got one more nice little quick short one here that I think is great. Dear Neon Sage, my boyfriend refuses to be intimate with me because he feels it would be unfaithful to his ex-wife. Now, the question here was not what should I do. Her question is what can I do? I'm so curious to hear your thoughts, just judging by the look on your face.
I want you to do everyone a favor and just read that sentence one more time.
My boyfriend refuses to be intimate with me because he feels it would be unfaithful to his ex-wife. What can I do? Sebi, what can she do? What possibilities does she have?
It's like why? It's like the relationship's over, right? Like there's no coming back from this. Like what? Oh, I'd be curious. What culture are they in, right? Like do they need to be married for them to be intimate? Like is that what it's going to take for this guy? It's like that doesn't make it. It doesn't make any sense actually. Like this lady, what the fuck? What's going on? What is this on Earth? Is this a different planet? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's curious. It's interesting because, I mean, it's always that joke of like what I would do what would you do if you were a girl for a day, right? If I'm trying to throw this thing around, right? If I'm willing to, throw some kitty at somebody and they're like, oh, I don't. Next.
It's done.
Next.
It's so done. Like,
Next.
For real though. Like, for real. That I can't even imagine a worse thing to happen to a woman. Like, and I can imagine worse things. But like, for like the context of this situation, you put yourself out there and you're dating, and he's like, honey, listen, I feel like I'm being unfaithful to my ex-wife that I'm no longer married with.
Now that we're dating and I'm seeing you and we've gone to dinner and you're at my house, I just feel like we can't get intimate because it would upset my ex-wife. Peace, bro. I don't even know why this is a question. I'm sorry to fucking roast you on here, shorty, but
for real, it's like the relationship's done. Do you want to be with somebody like that? Like, it's like for real. Like, I hope this for you. I hope that this guy isn't your only option. That's what I hope. Because it sounds like it might be. Like, it sounds like that might be all you got.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunately. Well, just know that there are other fish in the sea.
yes.
And most of the other fish in the sea that have male genitalia won't think about any of their exes or even their currents if you spread those
At least they'll do you one better. He'll smash you out, and he'll still, hook up with his ex-wife.
Yeah, most guys will just cheat on their wives.
Yeah, he'll just cheat. Yeah. But
this guy's like cheating on your wife, being loyal to your ex-wife? Like, what?
That's the worst. You can't be worse.
Yeah, pick your poison. So, thank you so much for submitting to the Sage Cage. We hope that we helped, and we'd love to do a follow-up in a few weeks and see how our advice has either fixed or ruined your lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, speaking of kind of dating and the first gentleman who's a little bit older, I have this TikTok I want you to see because I'm curious.
Yep, you sent it to me. It's nice and primed up. Do you want to look at the article first or the TikTok first?
Nah, the article's lame. Straight to the TikTok because I don't want to hear anyone's opinion but yours.
All right, here we go. The volume's up. Okay.
You should full screen it though, so it. There we go.
Soon as we get started making love, going harder, hero.
Mom!
So, for those of you listening audio only, it's a clip of a woman. She's attractive for her age, for sure.
Could she get it? Hold on, let's be honest.
Smash. Next question.
Yeah. I'm still not gay, you know what I mean? I'm not gay,
Yeah.
so I'm you find me at the right time of day, I'm probably going to
I would have to ask my ex-wife for permission though, but if she says yes, smash all day.
If I don't have my ex-wife's blessing, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are listening audio only, it's essentially a video of she's not even like super scantily dressed. She's just wearing like a kind of a dress open cut. She's showing some cleavage. Based on her TikTok profile, she's 49. She's definitely not ugly. And the caption says, everybody wants to be with a cougar until. And then if you can hear it, it's the kid yelling, Mom. So, let me hear it, bro.
I mean, so this is what I think about this. What do I think about this, actually? So, I don't know this. I don't know this woman, obviously. So...
You want to, though.
Do I? Let's see. Do I want to get to the Canadian Fit Mom? Let's see her page. Man, I got more followers than her on TikTok. What the fuck?
Here's the thing,
maybe her IG is lit. I don't know.
Her OnlyFans got to be busting, bro.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Canadian Fit Mom, she's super polite. She'll let us cut in line at the Anime Expo.
She will.
So just remember those things before you answer. Here's what I will say. Unfortunately, and not to cut you off for the fourth time, just based on these thumbnails, I think the video we saw might have been her best work. Because I don't know what the fuck this woman's wearing. I don't know what dudes are into that. Not king shaming if you are, but what is going on here?
Yeah, for real though. I mean, what I'm wondering, because this initially came from a New York Post article, and so I want to show that for a second just to give people more context how you even kind of stumbled upon this. So it's a New York Post article. Everyone wants a cougar until they encounter the turnoff of the fact that she has a fucking kid. No shit. And part of me thinks, did she pay to have this article done in the New York Post to gain followers or something? Because it's kind of a peculiar thing.
That photo is completely airbrushed over. It looks.
Oh my god, it's so airbrushed. It's so airbrushed. Holy shit. I don't know. I think this. If she's like a silly person and she's just being silly, maybe it's just kind of harmless. It is what it is. It is kind of cringe though. Like if I was this person's son, I don't want to see my mom making videos like that pretty much ever. But, I don't know. It's just like no harm, no foul. It's cringe. Maybe she's just being silly. She's trying awfully hard, though, to build some type of social media attention. So hopefully she has an OnlyFans so she can get the bag, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Are we wishing OnlyFans on her? Like, we're rooting for OnlyFans?
If she wants it. I mean, if she wants it, then cool. But, like, I don't... Like, you're 49 years old and you're making content like this. I guess I'd ask you, okay, you're looking to get this attention at 49. Are you doing this for just fun? Like, just pure fun and entertainment? Or why are you doing it?
Is this a hustle, or is this you just need affirmation?
I mean, because we might as well make it a hustle if you're doing it at 49. I'm guessing she's single as well. You know?
I mean,
right?
some dudes like to have like their girl on the internet like this. You know?
That's true. Yeah. It is true. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's just being a silly girl. I don't know. In 2019, Lynn was selected as a Maxim Cover Girl finalist. Really? So 4 years ago?
She's a printed, you know, like model, I guess, right? Like she's...
Yeah. In November of 2020, interview with Woman Fitness, she spoke about her journey of pursuing modeling career. So, okay, so she has some kind of clout. I wonder if her Instagram's more popping or something. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cringe. She says, check my IG with like a smiley face. I have what you're looking for.
Oh, there you go.
So sounds like the devil. I'm kidding, not the devil, but just more so like, you know, some that sexy time kind of stuff.
It's not the devil, but it's dark. It's
that dark energy. It's that 2 a.m. energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, we all know what that energy is.
It's funny to hear you say 2 a.m. energy when I gambled until the sun came up 2 days in a row.
That's a different version of 2 a.m. energy. It is. Because when you come out on top, everything's good. When you come up on bottom, it's, you know, there's a reason why more people have, I think, committed suicide in those Las Vegas hotels than like a lot of other places. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
Yeah. Happens all the time.
Man.
Because they blow all their money and they end up taking their life in the hotel room.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's gnarly. Okay,
my friend Alex, he used to work at the Luxor, the Pyramid one, and like people would sometimes like jump off and like
slide down the pyramid.
Yeah.
All right, back to Canadian Fit Mom, because that's.
So what are your thoughts on this? What made you want to show me this exactly?
I wanted to hear. You're single dude. You start mixing it up with this chick, and she's like, "Hey, come over." What are you doing if a kid's there? I mean, well, let me back up. She tells you at the club, "Hey, I'm 49. Come home with me." Are you rolling?
So
conversation's good. Like
conversation's good. Okay.
Yeah, personality wise, like you got to take it off the table. I'm talking just strictly from an age perspective. Like conversation's good. She's funny, but I mean, you're going to be a little out of touch.
This theoretical woman, like there's like green flags are being reinforced.
Yeah, yes. I mean, you're going to be a little out of touch, right? I mean, she was born in 1970 at 3,
20,
right?
Yeah, 29 years. Yeah, she's like that. She's 20 years older than me. Yeah,
74. I'm 93, so she's 73. So like, there's, you know, she grew up on, I don't know, fucking He-Man. You know what I mean? Like, we were just watching different cartoons.
Yeah, she's like just a little bit younger than my mom.
Like, she's barely younger than my mom. Like, 2 years younger than my mom. Mm-hmm. So are you even entertaining this? Are you?
For one night, I would entertain it.
Okay. Now you get there, and just like this video, she flips the switches, she turns around, and then you hear banging at the door. It says, "Mom." How are you handling that situation?
I mean, if I'm already there, I think I just don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm already there, that means if I'm already there and I'm in the room with this woman and she's about to walk up on me like that, it's a done deal.
It's too late.
Like, it would take a lot to happen, like, to get me to get out of that room now. Like, like she'd have to like fart out loud and have it smell like shit. That I would leave then. If she farts and it smells like shit, I'm out.
Oh my god, that was too good. So, farting's totally normal. Like, we're not hating on you if you fart. I mean, I've never done it.
I'm just saying that would get me out. I'm calling my Uber as I'm walking out, and I'm walking around the neighborhood streets until I fucking get the fuck out.
Yeah. I've never farted before, but if you do, like, more power to you. I'm not judging you, but yeah, no, for sure. If she, it's so funny. That's where your mind went. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fuck it. I guess I'm leaving. So here's the thing. I'm reluctant to kind of tell the story. Have you ever been having experiences with someone a bit older?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have to share yours. When I was in college, I was lucky enough to dabble a little bit, right? I was 21. She was 36 or 37. It's like a solid age gap. But like, I mean, dude, like, especially out in Scottsdale, there's like some really pretty, like very, very pretty.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, this girl's 49 and she looks like.
Yeah.
She could, yeah.
Canadian Fit Mom. Yeah. So we'll call her Scottsdale Fit Mom. So Scottsdale Fit Mom was like, I want to say she was 36 or 37 at the time. And she gave me her number. She invited me over. And the first time we hung out, we, did adult stuff. Second time ever I ever hung out with her, she invited me over. And she just had this like kind of smell about her. Like she didn't smell bad, but she just had this scent that like reminded me of an older person. And I couldn't do it. I just, like,
I bet though, dude. Because like, we talked about it at your apartment. Like, smells are so attached to emotions.
Yeah, dude.
You get a bad smell, you're like, oh no.
I don't. She like either reminded me of like a boss or like some lady at like, I don't know, but she just like, I smelled that. Like it was like a pheromone. That, like this animal, I shouldn't be with this animal right now. Like from like a DNA instinct. Like we're two different animals.
Yeah. Like you
and I kind of like
to get out of it.
I kind of small talked it and then bounced, and that was the last we ever.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get it though. A smell could easily. I mean, there was this one girl that I had relations with, and she didn't even smell bad, but she had this like smell to her. And it just like it haunted me. Like
She definitely didn't smell bad. She just had like an older smell, and then I was like,
yeah. Just like I would like be getting intimate with her, and I would get a whiff, and I was like, whoa.
Those are pheromones,
dejected.
bro. Like
I'm dejected right now. I'm like literally dejected a little bit.
Yeah.
It happened so quick, and I've had some more R-rated stories I could tell at a different time, but yeah, smells are very important. Let me tell you that. Very, very important.
R-rated, bro. The stories that at least that I would keep in the vault that was never going to get published are straight NC-7, straight X, bro. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, everybody's got them. We're not here like bragging about it, but there's definitely a level that none of you ever will get out of me. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like, that there's that meme, like, you couldn't torture this information out of me. Like, not that it's even bad information, but there's just certain things that I would never want anyone to ever be able to judge me for,
No, for sure.
Not evil or illegal.
No. Just things.
Yeah.
Just things. Just things I don't want anyone else to know than me. Like, that's
exactly.
it. And maybe the other person that was there, like, that's it.
Exactly.
Dang, it's so funny, dude. Yeah, but Canadian Fit Mom, I wish you the best.
Yeah, props to you. But do your thing.
You look great for 49. You're healthy. You're getting attention on social media. I hope it's what you want.
100%. So, what's our time at? I feel like I've been talking to you for a while.
We're at a 50 piece, but we chatted a little bit before we went live. Yeah, so this is a good podcast length for the people.
Good episode, yeah. So, I mean, I hope that we did a decent job of letting you guys in on our adventurous week. Anime Expo, for me, Vegas, a little bit of pickleball. I'm so excited about the Sage Cage because there's nothing I love more than giving completely unsolicited, awful advice. So for us to have a segment devoted to that, I really couldn't ask for anything more. And genuinely, we've had so many people reach out to us and like send us stuff of like, oh my God, you guys should talk about this, or oh my God, did you guys see this? So keep sending it, keep it coming. If we don't get to it or we don't talk about it on the show, it's not that we didn't love it. It's just that we're trying to figure out a way to work it in. So keep it coming. The death threats, love the death threats. Those are probably my favorite part of being a niche.
Yeah, they say like
celebrity.
you want to be relevant. So if that makes you, if this if this is what it means, fuck it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Fuck it, dude.
So what do you have coming up this week that we can, what are you getting into before our next show?
Ooh, this week, man? Not a whole lot, dude. I mean, honestly, and I'll tell this little motivation break for everyone real quick, coming in hot. Don't let your life be in a filler arc. If you know what a filler arc is, it comes from anime. In some anime, they have filler arcs. They're not even a part of the main story. They just make them for advertisement dollars so they can, keep the show running on TV and get everyone paid, right? But they're typically empty, more meaningless stories. That's what you got to remember in your life. Are you in a filler arc right now? Are you being intentional with what you're doing and what you're walking towards every day? You don't need to be perfect, but you got to have a fucking direction. And so in this next time of my life, I'm going to be super intentional. So I am putting myself into a challenge to be hyper intentional with my time every day. Because what one thing do we know is going to happen is that time's going to keep on moving by. And so if we just accept that the days are going to keep on moving by, if I can just be intentional with the time that I get each day, theoretically, I'm going to be eventually catching W's. I'm going to be building up the win column. I'm going to be making progress. So this weekend is the first weekend of me being in this intention arc era of my life. And so I'm just really excited to be more productive in a lot of different ways than I've ever been. So that's what I'm doing this weekend, bro. I'm just going to just be productive.
Dope, dude. I love to hear it. I think the way to sum that up is make sure your whole life is canon, right?
Exactly. It needs
no
to be
filler,
canon
all
material,
canon, baby. Like
all
not
canon.
all cast, no breaks. All canon, no filler, baby.
All canon, no filler.
That's our
dude.
show. That's our trademark right now. Before we post it.
You can't
all
take
canon, no filler, baby.
Yeah. We verbally claim the trademark, which gives us like what, a 3-month hold on it if we say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that true?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna figure out a segment that we can keep score of, and at the end of the year, loser has to get all canon, no filler tatted.
Deal. I'll get all canon, no filler on me.
In
if
any
that's
style,
worst case.
in any spot you want, all canon,
Deal.
no filler.
Deal.
All
no,
right,
I would love that.
You guys,
We'll
heard
come
it
up
here
with
first.
something.
All right.
But what about you? We're gonna relax this weekend for the first time in 2 weeks?
Dude, ideally, I mean, I would like to play pickleball until my eyes bleed. Like that would be ideal. Mm-hmm. And yeah, hopefully just chill. Got a lot of content coming for you guys, so really just editing, chilling, celebrating a birthday actually this weekend. But since this episode is coming out before, I'm not going to tell you where. I'll tell you next week. Yeah, just trying to. Oh, I think we're going to start. My wife and I are going to start kind of figure out how to work our fasting because we're going to Hawaii in like 6 weeks. So
nice.
We're going to try to figure out how to work like either a weekly fast or like just kind of. We're going to start that this weekend. See how long we can go.
Yeah, I will say this. It's worth the $40 for the first month and you can just cancel it. Go to thefastingmethod.com. Dr. Jason Fung has so many tools on there. Seriously, bro. Like that's where I went to get my fasting regimen from. And that there's a lot of information there.
We're not sponsored, but Dr. Jason, if you hear this, our rate is not that bad, right?
It's not bad.
It's like,
not now. You can get in cheap, get a legacy rate.
Hit us up. We'll have my people call your
Sage
people.
Cage now, it might. I can't promise you where things are going to be in a week.
First episode of Sage Cage, price is going up, baby.
It is.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm sorry. All righty, y'all. I love you all. Thank you again for all the love, attention, and support, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Peace.